That's funny. I haven't gotten an email about it or anything. Oh wait, is that it? Oh, what the fuck? That's funny. Why did it do that? Does it work? Oh, did my internet just die? That's fantastic. I like paying for I like paying for the internet and then having the internet not work. That's awesome. Okay. Well, I guess I'm not banned then. let me send this out as a tweet. Okay. Sorry. Let's see. Wow, that really threw me off. What the fuck? I was just looking at chat and it said stream finished. Okay. Sorry. I'll wait a bit. Should I continue playing what is it? Here, I'll wait for everyone to get back in.
Gee willikers.
Oh, okay. Hi. Okay, that time it was just me. I muted my mic. I shut it. I muted my I muted my mic so you guys could hear "Born in the USA" performed by Chuck E. Cheese and the gang, but I forgot to unmute it, which is now a thing. Someone suggested that I move to Svalbard, which is like an island off the northern coast of Norway in the Arctic Ocean, and no, because that's cold as shit. So fuck that. Life is hard when you're mentally handicapped. Oh, amateur game. The are awesome games done quickly. For some reason, I thought you were talking about amateur games development. No, I know that Chibi is streaming on Friday about for like the first time in years, and Chibi is like a horrific train wreck. I might watch that, but otherwise, I have no interest. Last year when they did AGDQ, it was not that interesting because they kind of realized how much of a spectacle they were and decided to tone it down. So I'm not optimistic that the current one will be entertaining at all. No, not all the speedrunners. I think AGDQ became too much of like a hot topic for that kind of spectacle washing. So all the people who are spectacles no longer go because it's they know they're going to get made fun of for doing it. Yeah, Chibi's going to be at AGDQ, and again, I'll probably watch that one, but I'm not going to watch anything else. You know what's funny about the dilation station is that's literally something that Jim just made up. I'm pretty sure, and it is now like everyone knows about the dilation station, even if they don't know why, and they don't know if it's true or not. They have no idea. They probably don't even know what AGDQ is, but that rumor was like so pervasive that if most people who know what AGDQ is also know about the dilation stations. They're not real. Yeah, it's made up. It's not a real thing. Look, people in chat don't even know that it's like a made up thing. Oh yeah, Twitch is awful. Twitch is like the most horrifically censored thing ever. All these corporate friendly streaming sites, it's so nauseating. It makes me I don't know, it's frustrating. And all this stuff happened like as we enter 2020. As we enter 2020, they're doing all this thing to shut down like commentary. Just people can't talk to each other anymore. And Google, what was it recently that happened that made me like really cognizant that we were entering the 2020 election cycle? There was something that happened with Google or something that was just like, yeah, they're preparing for something. Make a streaming service. It's really expensive. It's really expensive to do streaming. It's a lot of money to get the bandwidth required for a popular stream. It's absolutely real. That's why all the cameras no longer show the players in full view at AGDQ. The dilation stations are not real, but the whole people are making fun of AGDQ people, so they have to like hide what an embarrassment all their Let's Players are. That's real. Yeah, I made a mistake. All this thing. Oh yes. Lowtax finally banned or deleted Fuck You and Die. The board is just gone. I miss Stream.me too. Stream.me was fun. But it's people are crazy now, man. You can't host free internet shit anymore. No company wants to touch the kind of shit that makes a Wild West internet. Everyone's getting old. Everyone's getting afraid of stuff. I mentioned Geno Samuel because last time something happened to his channel, I got blamed for it. People thought it was me that took down his streams. Like I have any investment in doing that. People like unironically think that I protect Chris from stuff by aggressively invoking the tactics of people that I would make fun of. Dilation station? No, they do not have. Dude, if you wanted to dilate, you would just do it in like a hotel room or a bathroom. They do dilate, but they don't dilate like they don't have like a dilation crisis. There's like a copy pasta where like some guy was at AGDQ in the middle of a stream, and he's like, I gotta dilate now, and he runs out of the room. Like that's fake. You just have to do it a couple times a day to keep the vagina from closing up. Which, I mean, I'm not saying that that's something I would wish on anyone ever. I'm just saying that it's not some kind of medical emergency that they need to have stations in a convention center to accommodate. That's ridiculous. Come on now. How do you not know what dilation is? Oh, is it just dilation? Am I adding an A there? Is that why you're making fun of it? Yeah. Look, I know a lot about dilation because I am an expert on these things. That's why people don't like me. A couple times a day, painfully. Yeah, we changed the width of a community watch thread recently to be not like a Reddit gawking thing, but like just a general trans gawking thing. And I've seen more fake vaginas in the last 2 weeks or so than I would want to see ever in my life. They're really unattractive. They are woefully unattractive. And like I don't know, it's sad. It's sad for me to think about because I've known people who wanted to transition, and I'm just like, you don't want it. You don't want this. And I'll show them the infographics and stuff, and they don't believe me. They say that's like turf propaganda. That's a small case. Like 95% of people who get the surgery are happy with the results. It's really inexpensive if you get it done in Thailand. And they're completely blinded to how terrible the surgery is, how uncomfortable your life becomes, how painful your life becomes. I don't think I ever got a chance to talk about Ramilia in any depth because their death occurred while I was not streaming. But Ramilia had an entire life of complication due to the fact that they got the sexual reassignment surgery. When they got the reassignment surgery done in Thailand, two things happened that really complicated their life. Number one, they used to be like a choir singer or something. I don't know the full history of their singing, but I know that they sung. And when they put Ramilia under anesthesia before the surgery, the intubation tube damaged their vocal cords. So when you hear Ramilia talk, they sound weird. And it's not entirely because of hormones or anything. It's because their vocal cords were damaged by the intubation tube at this Thai practitioner. And then the second thing that happened to Ramilia during the surgery, the same event, is that the surgery did not go well. So not only did they not get the bottom that they would have liked, they were also damaged so that they had chronic pain, and they were basically the prognosis was basically a life of pain management, which is if you know people who have pain management, you know that's not really a particularly good life. It's just like you try to deal with it. So you're 23 and you're a live streamer, let's player who likes to sing, and you can no longer sing. You can no longer have sex adequately, and everyone makes fun of you on the internet because you're basically a sideshow to them, right? So it's a very depressing thing, and I'm not at all surprised that they would kill themselves or want to kill themselves. It's very sad, and I would never wish it on anyone. Like, okay, you want to be trans, that's on you. But when people say they want the surgery, I'm just like, don't listen to Reddit. Don't go to our like Reddit / post-op vaginas or whatever the fuck and see the photoshopped and the professionally photographed post-op vaginas and think that's going to be you, and you're going to live as a woman and you're going to have really enjoyable sex, because you're not. You're going to be in pain, and you're going to be missing parts of you, and nothing that you have is going to be natural, and you'll probably kill yourself if you do that. And nobody listens to me. Nobody listens to me. I tell people the truth. Nobody listens to me. Everyone thinks that I'm a big mean cyberbully, and I spread vicious lies about hardworking doctors that fulfill the wishes of trans women everywhere. And really, it's like you're doing this and you don't hear anything bad about it because people can't tell you anything bad about it. If you get the surgery, you will not be happy with the end results. So I guess that's kind of like a dark aside, but it's something that bothers me because it's like, okay, it's one thing if you want to be trans and you want to do the bathroom thing. It's another to want to get children to transition. It's another to like cut off your penis. You know what I mean? It's like at some point you just you feel bad and you're like, maybe no, maybe don't, because it's not a good idea. I see lots of bigotry in the chat. I'll have you know that bigotry is not tolerated here, and I need to get the engineer to start banning people for saying mean things, because we don't tolerate mean things here. Truth about gender butchery is suppressed by troon advocacy groups. That is true. That is true, and I think it's a mutual a desire to inflict suffering on people. I genuinely believe that people who are post-op and who advocate for getting the surgery are people who are miserable and want to make other people miserable. I say that unironically. I think a lot of them just want to make people miserable, like they are. That's how I feel about that. Oh, speaking of, here I'll throw this up on. Let me. Oh God, I think I have the thing on my front page. I'll just talk about this a little bit because it's funny. Melinda Leigh Scott, the crazy Mountain Jew, who sends me fantastic lawsuits that I've won every single one for. She sent a complaint to Cloudflare, who then said, "This is the host at 1776 Hosting." And she sent me this email saying, "I reported an abusive website to Cloudflare, who then referred me to this email. I would like to report abusive content on a website called kiwifarms.net. They abuse people on the website with gang stalking, gang harassment, defamations, other forms of verbal abuse, doxing people, and encouraging criminal stalking." And then I replied cheekily by saying, "Hi, Melinda. I do in fact run a hosting company. Have a terrific New Year, Josh." And she replies saying, "You run it to support abusive content." So it's like, even after replying saying that, "Have a terrific New Year," I obviously know her from that email. And she still doesn't understand that it's the Josh they're complaining about that's replying. And then I reply again, "I run it because I get a lot of complaints from dumb people, perhaps the dumbest people," as a throwback to when she tried to sue me for saying that she's an idiot, perhaps the dumbest idiot ever. She's now planning on suing like the entire court system. I think she's formally accusing in a lawsuit that all the judges who have handled her case thus far are accepting bribes. Like, she thinks I'm paying them. I wish I had the money to bribe judges. That would be fantastic. Unfortunately, I'm just a weirdo. So that's going to be interesting. And I'm not even on the hook of it. She's just being like a retard. So that's great. That email exchange finally got her to join the site, by the way. And she's just, let me find this because it was pretty funny. But she's just like posting pictures of herself. Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have closed that out so early because let me find it again because it was really funny. One of her replies, and then she sent me something else. Let me pull up as well. Yeah, this is it. She sent me this saying, "Oh, it just occurred to me that this could be Joshua Moon. I didn't see the email address / name connection until now. If it is him, may Yahuwah keep cursing you for your wickedness. And if this is Joshua Moon, don't email me again, or I'm reporting you to the FBI for gang stalking." And then I emailed her, and we had a nice little back and forth. That was very cute. This other one is funny that I might as well show off now. Oh, that's a report. Wait, no. She's pretending this account isn't her, even though I've traced the IP address to Wise County in Virginia, which is definitely where she lives. She says, "Here's Tamar docking her ship and enjoying her blessed life while her enemies live under the curses of the Torah. Praise Yahuwah." And she sent me this picture of her in a hammock by a lake. I guess as a gotcha. I mean, surely this staged picture of her in a hammock is her living her best life with her 8 kids. You know, she said that she couldn't ever talk to an attorney because she had 8 kids and didn't have time to talk to an attorney, but she has enough time to go to the lakes and hang up a hammock. So she's a liar. Maybe her 8 kids are out there, which kind of ruins the serenity of the picture. This is a nice lake. It must be nice to live up in the Appalachians. Well, it's remarkable because she's living her best life and you're cursed by the Torah and Yahuwah. That's why. Get your head out of the gutter, bigot. Yeah, that's her, I think. She's a crazy person. Crazy people, I've noticed, are usually thinner than not crazy people. Like truly psychotic, schizophrenic people are usually very thin. I think it's because they run around a lot, like they're manic all the time, and they're too crazy to like remember to eat food consistently, so they're just like spazzing out constantly and not eating, which is a good way to lose weight. Okay, I've talked about Iran. I've talked about some stuff. I suppose. I don't know. I shouldn't end the stream. I feel bad. I've been ignoring Chit, my beautiful Chit, for way too long. Just bashing through because I've been busy recently, which is weird. I'm not really a busy person. I'm not like a business professional, but I've been kind of busy. Oh, Yaniv filed yet another human rights tribunal complaint after losing all their other ones. I don't know. I don't know what is going to happen with Yaniv now, because it's like he's so aggressive about rubbing it in people's face that he doesn't care for the due process system at all, and it's for the same thing. It's for the ball waxing stuff. So even after the human rights tribunal stuff about the ball waxing, he goes on to try and make the same complaint about different people. So he clearly, and he's publicly stated that he's not going to pay the fine for the ball waxing stuff because he got fined for several $1,000s, and he's just said, I'm not going to fucking pay it. And he's filed more complaints with the Human Rights Tribunal. So it's just I have no clue. How do you handle someone like that who just has such blatant disrespect for your entire court process? Canada really has like a breaking point with this guy. How do you deal with someone who so blatantly holds your entire system in contempt? His profile picture is the best. Oh yeah, the one with him in like the beauty pageant clothing. I talked about Nick Fuentes. Oh yeah, Yaniv got paid out by a bunch of people because he complained and then they gave him money to just go away, and then he withdrew his complaint. He did this a lot until a couple people fired back. He's not suffering though. He's causing a ton of people suffering, and he's not really getting any retribution for it. You make him prime minister, that's a good option. Imagine, Canada has a real potential here to have its first Jewish handicapped trans woman as a prime minister, and I think that would be a great step forward for not just Canada, but all the civilized world. Yeah, people made a page for Nick on the forum. Because the Catboy stuff, I'm not following that too much, but it's apparently very interesting to people, so they're talking about it. I'll probably stream Life is Strange 2 on Saturday. I'm going to try to do my roundup stuff on Fridays, and then a stream like this that's more relaxed, or a video game thing on Saturday to try and stay more engaged. Because I feel that I have not been... I've not been talking chat as much. I've been doing my thing and then just signing off and not really interacting as much. So I'm trying to course correct on that. Spoon feed Catboy? I don't know. That would be something for Friday to talk about. I'm gonna have to look at that and figure out what the deal is with that, because people really, really, really liked Nick Fuentes not too long ago, and now they're saying that he's a homosexual who's dating a Catboy, which makes me, I don't know. Good for him, I guess. It does raise the question of why so many people, I mentioned this before, why so many people who are that kind of like political pundit tend to end up as gay or married to Asians. Nick literally went on a date with a cross-dressing Catboy who sucks horsecock. Well, that's progressive of him. See, this is what the new right is. We have to cast away all those bigoted philosophies of the past and become more with the times, to reach out and get the Catboy loving horsecock sucking demographic to vote Republican. Yes, the Graper shit was funny. The questions aimed at Charlie Kirk and stuff were funny. It's overblown, but it's funny. Yeah, I mean, it could have just been a joke. And if it is a joke, good for him. If he's literally just like playing a prank on his own fan base to say like, hey, lighten up. We're not gonna win any favors by being humorless stiffs that can't take a joke. that's something I'm for. Because I mentioned before how when I talk about loving Israel, as I do with all my heart, a lot of people get genuinely angry with me and send me nasty emails and call me like a Shabbat goy and stuff. And it's like, if you lose your humor, you lose everything. People don't want to be on the boring, angry, unhappy, unfunny side of the political spectrum, because nobody wants to be angry, unhappy, unfunny, joyless, humorless. Nobody wants to live a life like that. So, I don't know. I'll be cautiously optimistic looking at Nick. It was an hour of flirting. Why would he live stream this? Why would he live stream himself flirting with a catboy in a car? I don't understand. Okay, I promise for Friday I will watch the entire hour of Nick Fuentes and a catboy in a car flirting with each other, and I'll clip it. I'll clip it like I did my my Something Awful intro. He couldn't help himself. The Catboy ran a lolicon channel. He used to defend those salon virtuous pedophile. Wow, what? Oh, don't tell me this. I was up for a funny hour of clipping a Catboy and Nick Fuentes flirting with him, hoping to have a laugh. And now you got to throw that kind of accusation in and ruin it for everyone by making it about pedo stuff. 10 hours of him. What? There's no fucking way I can do that. That's ridiculous. I can't imagine going on a date and flirting with anyone for 10 hours. That is beyond belief. That is way too much. That's not true at all. Okay, I hope not. I'll look at it. I don't want to like say that someone's a pedophile on stream and not know. So I'll refrain myself and hope for the best. Hope for something funny as opposed to sad. I'll watch the. Okay, fine. Give me a link to this supercut. I'll ask my chat. Give me the supercut, and I'll watch that. And then it'll be the end, probably. Okay. I'm trying to get the supercut. Oh, Mort Tsuna got me. I hope this is it. If it's 12 minutes, it's in the thread. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let me pull this up. Let me know if there's any audio issues.
Wall. I was gonna pick you up at like noon or 1, and then I just kept like watching YouTube videos. I just kept watching. I watched.
The Catboy looks a lot like Moot.
Videos about
you know what
dinosaurs.
I mean?
People have been giving me shit about. I said I don't believe in dinosaurs, so I was doing some research like that. Watching like some, and then I just kind of got sucked in, and then I was watching videos about the end times and.
He's watching videos about dinosaurs. Is Nick Fuentes autistic?
Star Wars.
So you've looked at the data. What do you think about the dinosaurs now then?
So I guess so they're real, but they lived with people. That was the takeaway.
Okay.
Yeah, because I did my research. Because I said on the show in a very tongue-in-cheek way, I'm like, yeah, I find it hard to believe that dinosaurs are real. And I even all these fucking people get on my case. They're like, oh.
Okay, I'll gauge chat because I don't want to say something that's cruel to our religious folks with an X. So press 1 if you believe in dinosaurs from millions of years ago. Press 2 for literally anything else. I want to know what my audience believes.
Oh, well, you don't believe in dinosaurs. Oh, he doesn't even. Oh, wait, you don't believe in dinosaurs? And it's so funny to me because that's exactly the intended reaction. Like,
I see lots of ones. I see lots of pro-dinosaur people.
I don't. I'm gonna put the heat on. It's getting fogged up a little bit. I don't care about dinosaurs. I don't know anything about dinosaurs.
Okay, I see tons of ones.
Even on the show, I said, yeah, they probably were real. I said, when I think about it, it just seems like outlandish to me. I said, I just find it hard to believe. Are we not allowed to say that? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't say.
For the record, I believe that people, because when it comes to stuff like the dinosaurs and the Earth being round, and if we went to the moon, I am completely okay with people having crazy ideas about that because it literally does not matter. But I think it's also fair to judge people based off that kind of stuff.
I didn't say, well, my opinion is they're not real. I said, well, it seems kind of like crazy when you think about it. And they're like,
oh yeah, someone super chatted to say, look at his lips. Look, the catboy keeps licking his lips.
So then I did all this research, and I texted a good friend of mine, because he's very woke on the DQ on the dinosaur question. I was like, do you have any resources on the dinosaur question? In the Bible, it talks about dinosaurs. They talk about, in the book of Job, they talk about behemoth, which is a sauropod. They broke down all the different descriptions of the behemoth, and it was a sauropod, and they showed how
You know, I'm not like a guy who dates a lot, and I'm not like a guy who dates a lot of catboys a lot, but this catboy does not appear at all interested in Nick's theological discussion about dinosaurs.
Uncovered a
like
lot
when
of
he asked about the dinosaurs, I don't think he was expecting a serious answer.
dinosaur bones, and in the dinosaur bones they found like red blood cells, which organic material like that couldn't survive 65 million years, which is what they said was how long ago the dinosaurs died.
Okay.
Also, the fossil stuff was consistent with drowning in perhaps a great biblical flood as opposed to a meteor. So that was my red pill on the DQ today.
I see.
So I now believe
This position is making me uncomfortable, sir. I'm gonna need the camera position fixed, sir.
Flood.
When it comes to shit like dinosaurs, I think it's just not very important. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's exactly my point. That's why I'm willing to joke about it and be silly.
What the fuck is he doing?
Take your time. Take your time.
It's not like they have jobs, right?
Well, it is Sunday. They just got back from
What Nick sees.
Yeah, one of the ones where they're like, you know, black churches, right?
Yeah, no, what is that? Try not to
Singing and shit.
Try not to dox our location too much.
Yeah.
He's cute. Ooh, whoa.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
Everyone always talks about who's taller. So
I'm taller.
yeah, he's clearly
He's not
Clearly
taller.
taller.
Well, Nick's 7 foot, and I'm only
you're
like
walking
6'9".
You're walking on the curb right now. Can't the staff can't see, but you're walking. It's not you're walking on the curb.
So, me and Nick were hanging out last night. We come home, and there's been a shooting outside my house.
Did you establish that it was a shooting? Or?
What else could it have been? There were so many cop cars.
I think you're.
Nick looks so happy.
Like a car
Look at how happy he is.
I don't know what it was, but.
Does he always smile like
Jump to
that?
conclusions. I don't know. Did you ever get to the bottom? Did you ask around?
No, I went inside and I locked the door.
Yeah, that was probably smart. Yeah, I couldn't figure it out. I tried to sort of like drive around, but I couldn't see. There was a big police presence, but.
There was.
Well, they were hanging out last night, that's right.
And then a lot of Democrats running from the scene.
Literally running.
So, I'm thinking Nick hooked me up with an Airbnb. It was supposed to be safe.
You're alive. See, you're good.
How do these people know each other?
Safe. That's why in the thumbnail you can see the red and blue light on our faces, because that was right outside the house.
I'm like so hungry I can't even think straight.
Yeah.
Every time I see this, like I haven't had an hour.
I feel like the third wheel
I
on the
have to get
stage.
something to my belly so I can go normal mode. Make a troll the Airbnb and the pizzeria. Yeah, I got you good with that one.
That Airbnb only happened 16 days.
And now that Nick's not talking about politics or dinosaurs anymore, the guy looks happier. Oh, finally a mukbang. My
We
favorites.
call them chips in Australia. Oh.
Looks like the average Tinder date.
He's like an Australian.
I just got. Yeah, I just got roast beef juice all over my pants.
We're very wet. Did you put this under? What are you doing?
I was trying to show the sandwich. You just got my chips all over the table.
Baby, dude.
Here, I have a question for Nick Fuentes. What does anal sex have to do with winning the culture war?
You just fucked my chips.
Being the third wheel in this is a good thing.
That's this idea that's been brought into the zeitgeist, right? It's to stop men from making relationships because we're dangerous when we're together.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, you give your friend a hug, oh, gay.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
you
go
don't-
right on the lip.
oh, you have a shower with your friend, gay.
Belly scroll. I'm energized. I'm charged up.
You sound when he talks about being full like that, he sounds like Review Bra. He's doing a report of the week. He just ate a fantastic Domino's pizza, and now he's charged up and ready to take on the day.
Ready to rock. Let's rock. Yo, let's rock and roll out of here. You ready to rock and roll?
I'm ready to rock and roll, man. Yo, have you ever seen my air guitar? Do a really good air guitar, man.
Are you making fun of Americans there?
No, I don't even know who I'm making fun of, honestly.
As a member, I used to do things that'd make you laugh, like ordering a girl drink in a masculine glass.
It's good to see that Nick Fuentes likes Kanye West. Man of taste.
If I don't have guests in the vehicle, if I don't have guests in the vessel,
Swinging your arms around and shit.
oh yeah, I'm pumped all the way up.
He's pumped up.
Hey,
Yo.
hey, what are you doing here?
Get the fuck out of my car!
Yeah. What do I want to hear right now? What do I want to hear? What?
He's on that indirect kiss mode.
Fuck the optics. Catboy's going
indirect
in.
kiss mode. It's like, no, that's what I'm trying to avoid
What are you talking about?
with the straws.
Oh, yeah.
It looks fresh. Hey, how come you don't compliment me
They
on
really should not be on their phones on a date like that. That's bad manners.
my clothes?
Pretty leathery.
How about this for you?
The silver?
Yeah.
Wear it with your Cybertruck.
Facts, I would actually do that though. The silver's a little bright though for me.
It's a bit much.
kind of girly.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to wear something girly.
Yeah.
Does anyone know how they met each other?
I've already got something ultra warm like this. I was more looking for like a sweater.
Sweater.
Yeah, but that wouldn't fit.
Maybe Nick's just happy to be out with someone. You know, I don't know what his social life's like. Maybe he's just happy to be out with a friend.
Is this baggy or is it just the way it is?
No, I think it's a good fit.
You think so?
Good fit, yeah. Right?
I think it's baggy.
I see someone just saying this is
Medium.
just
It's a
wholesome.
medium. What are you going to do?
We got some
wear
optimists
small?
in chat.
I don't know. I
You're
just
6 feet tall. You can wear small. Men's small.
maybe it like
Good fit.
too baggy. Not a good fit. Bad. Yeah, everyone says it's.
And then on D
No,
Live.
They're wrong. I'm looking at it in person.
Oh, huh?
How
That's
do
weird.
they know better? Whoops.
He was a 24/7. Oh.
Femoid in chat says it looks good. Nick says
Femoid.
it looks good.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of
That's definitely gay, Nick. You don't want a
I
sweater
think
like
that thing
that.
looks cool.
this thing. Looks
Yeah.
This thing looks gay.
Yeah. Thank you, Nick.
No, everyone's okay. Everyone's saying it's gay.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna go with your choice, dude. Apparently, think about it. I'm the one that
This
picked
is what
this.
you like. It's your.
No,
Nick
I'm the one that
flew
picked
him
this.
over
Sounds
to. Wow. Like, is he from
Yeah, that's
Australia?
a
That's like a
chat.
several
That's a chat.
$1,000 ticket
Here, let me
to get a round trip to Australia.
Let's go over here.
This one's a large. Hang on. We're probably around the same size, right?
Yeah, we're exactly the same size.
Maybe the small. I doubt the small's gonna fit.
I'll try it out just for fun.
Alright.
But we'll just see it just for the look, just for the fit.
Why are they clothes shopping? That's weird. I don't think I ever went clothes shopping
Yeah.
with another man before.
Sleeves. Wait, but let me see myself.
Actually, I don't know if it looks too small.
Nick did not fly him over. That is a lie.
It's definitely
There's
too small.
conflicting information going on here.
Well,
I was going to show all the people who call me a midget. It's like, not a midget check.
Well, you don't fit a small, so. Yeah, let me pull this off because I'm normally wearing this.
Sandy pack check.
just fucked a pain in the ass there. Not a whole lot.
What are you, baby? Button them. They're buttons.
Do you wear buttons for me?
Yeah, you wear shoes without laces.
Just conservative.
My buttons.
There we go.
There, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not,
Okay.
that's not bad.
Style check?
Style check. Caddy is going to
Vosh
go.
flies. Who's Vosh?
I like it. Me? My opinion? I think they're
Get it, get it. Yeah, yeah, people want me to get it.
Okay.
One of them has the same voice as me. Is that Nick Fuentes? I don't think I sound like Nick
My mum
Fuentes.
always gives
And I'm pretty
me
sure I'm not
shit
Australian.
about turning the lights on in the car. She's like, no, it's fine for you, but
You're gonna scold me?
no, she scolds me. I'm like, hey, can I turn a fucking light on so people can see in here? It's like, no, it makes it hard for me to see the road. I'm like,
Cammy
fucking
flew out to
hell.
the anime
Yeah, I don't
plant. Okay.
understand. I have a
It doesn't change. Well, I'm sitting in the car as well. I can see what you can see.
undistorted view of vision of the road.
Exactly. But no, she says it makes it hard for her to see, and I'm like, what the fuck?
It doesn't make sense to me. Your mom seems very nice, though. I like her.
Yeah. No, not hating on my mom. I'm just saying it's just
Take
something
it
about
easy.
her.
Take it easy on your mom, alright?
Cool it with the anti-mom remarks.
Yeah.
Plot twist, Josh was the cameraman. Is that the end of it? Okay.
Wall.
Yeah, that's strange. I'll have to watch the rest of it because it does seem homoerotic on the surface, but if that's just like if that's the worst of it. Oh, he responded. How long is this? Oh, it's 7 minutes. I'll watch a couple minutes of it.
But I'm waiting. You know, I want to look. We have to address the Catboy thing at some point tonight. Everybody's so concerned about it. I was waiting for a good question about it, but I might as well address it. You know, I did a stream with Lolly Socks.
That's
He's
his
now
name,
known
really?
as Catboy Cammy. He changed his name. I advised him to change his name because, you know, Lolly Socks, not great optics. Frankly,
Exactly.
I didn't necessarily I didn't put my stamp of approval on Catboy Cammy. I was like, it's not really. I mean, it's a little Lolly Socks. It's hard to be worse than that, but you know, is that really better, Catboy Cammy? In any case, this guy, if you don't know who he is, he's been on the Weekly Sweat. I did a stream with him like last month. He was a D-Live streamer. He would stream 24/7 on D-Live. And he would do these like Filthy Frank style lifestyle streams. He was on 24/7. So he had his wall papered over with like anime posters. He would go out to anime conventions and other things wearing anime dresses. And he would do IRL like lifestyle content. You know, I don't approve of everything anybody I've ever hung out with has ever done. Obviously,
Okay,
right?
that's fair.
But that is the context. He's based in Red Pill. You know, I caught a couple of his streams and he watched Greatest Story Never Told. Okay, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Damn it, you know, whatever. Well, okay. So he watched a documentary, and I don't approve of that documentary, but you let it slip, right? But, so, you know, talk about letting things slip. It's things like that slip, not other things. So he was watching a certain 6-hour documentary. I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen. He was watching a certain 6-hour documentary. He was red pilling people on HBD, all kinds of things. And I'm like, okay, this guy's like based in red pill.
What's HBD?
And I put in a couple of chats on D-Live, and I said, like, you know, what's the deal with, like, the anime costumes? What's the deal with, like, other things that you're doing? And he said, well, you know, you see, the point of the anime stuff, the point of the get-up is because it's funny or it gets attention. It's disarming, you know, and people are not as reactive to certain things if you're wearing a costume.
It does kind of sound
you know,
like
that was the
Punky.
gist of it. I was like, oh, okay. Because at first I had the same reaction. I'm like,
Oh,
who's this
okay.
guy who's doing weird things? What's the deal with that? You know, how are you based in Red Pill, but you're doing weird things? And he explained it to me. And he came out to the United States to do IRL streams. And we did a stream together like last month. Okay, this was 4 weeks ago. And people made a big deal out of it at the time. We did a 10-hour lifestyle stream. We like got lunch. We went to an arcade. We did a few things, you know. And
went
at the
clothes
time,
shopping.
it was like a little controversial because this was fresh off the Milo thing. Everyone was everybody was up in arms about the Milo thing. Oh, he's on the Milo show. And then the Lolly Socks thing happened. And oh, everybody gave me a hard time about that. But then it blew over. You know, then everyone like got over it. Whatever. It was a stream. Not a big deal. And then much more recently, this Vaush guy found it, I guess. He found it because this is like a 4-week
Why would he
stream.
name him?
Everybody saw it. Everybody got over
Like,
it.
if that guy's like a huge anti-troll, like this big fat guy who streams on YouTube, why would he name this person? I don't know. I don't think I would name him if I was in his position.
And then this guy Vaush found it, and he made a video where then he just started lying about what happened. He said that I flew this guy out to the United States, which is not true. He said I put him up at hotel, which is not true. He said that all kinds of other, he said this guy's a sex worker, which is not true. He said that this streamer is gay, which is not true. The streamer in question, Lolly Socks, Catboy Cammy, is not a homosexual. That's just not true. So if anybody can find any evidence to the contrary on any of these points, feel free to share it. But, for the most part, it's been a lot of lies, exaggeration, misinterpretation by bad faith actors, by people that are willfully lying. The Vaush guy who made the video where a lot of that has originated is a far-left Marxist pedophile. He is homosexual himself. He's obese. He has said that he's in favor of violence against right-wing people. He says, I'm like the most influential neo-Nazi in the Western Hemisphere. And he made a video gloating and lying about this stream. And people are like taking all that at face value. And saying,
he's obviously embarrassed about this. But at the same time, I guess, see, I went into this, I want to say I went into this very neutral and not knowing anything. And so far, I find myself sympathetic to Fuentes because his answers are pretty good to the questions I had. And I don't mind people retaining a sense of humor, even if it's not like a traditional, like, Christian political type of optic that's sacrificed. I mean, he's obviously unhappy with the fact that people are making fun of him, but so far, I'm kind of sympathetic.
So I don't know. I think I've addressed most of the contentions there, but it's really not. When people say, Nick, I trust the plan, but don't say you trust the plan, but you must trust the plan. If we can't survive things like this, it's never going to work, because this has been going. The bigger picture here, the bigger story, is that for 3 months it has been constant FUD tactics. There's been constant lying, slandering, misdirection. You know what FUD is? Fear, uncertainty, doubt. That is the tactic of the enemy. And it's been all kinds of things for the past 3 months, but you just haven't noticed it, right? It's been Groyper, grifter. Nick attacked Ben Shapiro's family. Nick denies the Holocaust. Nick is a Chinese agent. Nick was trying to dox people at Groyper Leadership Summit. Nick is a neocon, and this is the latest one. Right?
Nick is a gay
but this is a big deal. This is why you have to trust the plan. Don't believe everything you hear and see on the internet. So that's my clarification. The guy's totally based and red-pilled. He's not gay. I'm not gay. Nothing happened.
I would refrain from, if you're talking about optics, I would refrain from calling anyone named Lolly Socks based and red-pilled. I mean, I don't know.
People watch the stream, and, a stream where we, like, play arcade games, and Vaush is like, well, look, in this picture, Nick...
This is the same Fuentes who told Milo he didn't want gays or interracial relationships in his vision of America, yet at the same time he's getting banged by a Catboy. That's fair. I feel that, yeah, he was pretty harsh with Milo, which is, I mean, it's fair for him to be harsh, but, I mean, the guy is clearly flamboyant. I would say that he's probably gay, too.
Looks at him and they're laughing. Oh, yeah, well... He goes, well, I guess that's a date then. Look, they're laughing at each other the whole time. Oh, yeah, a couple of guys hanging out. Well, it must be a date, right? But let's see. So that's the. Some people are confused. I posted about this on Twitter. I'm probably blowing it way out of proportion, but a very dedicated and persistent group of people who I imagine are not good faith actors have been pushing this hard on social media. But it is important to clarify for the record. It's important to clarify for the record if there are people that do support me that are confused or whatever. It's important to correct the record, make sure everybody's on board. I would not be promoting somebody who is a homosexual. He is not a homosexual. You could ask him. You could go to his Twitter.
Based off the optics alone,
anybody who watches his streams know this too.
I do get the sense that he's hiding something, but for his sake, I hope it doesn't come out. Because if something happens that proves that he was lying, knowingly lying about something in this reaction, it throws into doubt everything he said in this reaction, right? So if he's saying, I'm not gay, this guy is not gay, I didn't know that much about him, etc., and it did come out that he knew ahead of time or he did buy the plane ticket, he did buy the hotel room. If something like that came out and casted out on everything he said in this, I think that would be really, really bad for him.
By the way, you know, we've been hanging out for the past couple of weeks, and it's like this guy's like a chat. He slays femoids, you know. So it's not like what people are portraying it to be. So, in any case, but we're gonna get back to the super chats here. I'm sure it'll come up in further super chats, but hopefully that puts it to bed. Hopefully that's the final clarification. People are saying, "Well, how was it misinformation? We saw it." I tweeted today, so this is the guy pushing the disinfo, which is Vouch, who is a pedophile. And they're like, what disinfo? We saw it. Saw what? People hanging out? Vouch said, you know, there were so many lies that were told in that video. Anyway, but we got to get back to the super chat. So that does frustrate me because it's lies. But that's the problem. It's like, and I said this about the China thing. People said that I was like a Chinese operative. And I said this on a stream before. I said the problem is you get to a certain level and people just make things up about you. And if you address it, well, you make it bigger than it is sometimes.
Nick really dislikes women.
Or if you deny it too much, then it like legitimizes. You know what I mean? It's like when you ask a loaded question and you ask somebody like, why do you stop? What is the expression? When did you start beating your wife or whatever? Something like that. It's so in sort of answering it almost legitimizes the question itself. And it's a very frustrating part about being famous is that people can and do literally just invent things. Create fiction out of thin air. But
I don't know. Maybe I feel bad for him for personal reasons, but for his sake, I hope he's not lying because it's gonna cause a big upset. And right now, he has satisfied a large market of people that are currently disenfranchised from a lot of the mainstream. And it would be sad to see him take a tumble because he decided to do this so publicly and so flagrantly, which is kind of a strange thing in and of itself. If he was gay, why would he hang out with this guy? You know what I mean? No e-girls ever, but you boys are fine. How is that not sus? Because presumably you're not trying to have sex with an e-boy. But I guess that's a point in contention for him. I don't know. All right. I think that's going to be it. This is interesting, and I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are yelling about this because they want to see more or specific videos. But I promise you, I'll take a look at it for Friday, and I'll address it more comprehensively. Because I just wanted to crash course into this because it's just something that everyone is talking about, I guess. And I had no clue on. Here, I'll save this one. Someone just sent me another link in chat. Is this the same one? No, it's not. I'll just post this here. Okay. All right, my friends, thank you. And keep in mind, the website that I coordinate everything at is manattheinternet.com. That's also where you can donate if you'd like to. And I will be streaming again on Friday. And if I have the time on Saturday, I'll probably play another episode of Life is Strange too. So, thanks everyone. And oh yeah, the Goudian video with the guy from BreadTube. I'll have to save that for next stream when I do my roundup because that's a really funny video. I think it's still featured on the site if you want to go see it now. But take it easy and thanks for watching. Oh, I should play a song. I shouldn't have stopped recording. I do have a song lined up. Hold up. I got this. Where is it at? Not that one. I swear to God, I downloaded this. Son of a bitch. It's kind of like a gay anime song. Sorry if you don't like that. But I, in particular, like this one. So, see you on Friday at this time, at noon Eastern time and 6 p.m. Euro time. Bye.
Switch on the power line, remember